Do, 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 do. Boo, do, 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 do. Boo, do, 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 do. Oh, whoa, hey. Hey there. Hey there. Have a little sip of water. Take a couple steps back. I should be incorporating my stretching into my show, but I just got out of the shower, just tucked my shirt in, just tied my apron around me. I started doing stretching. Might be challenging to get everything, to get that tuck just right. I don't know if you know what I mean. Used to wear a suit and tie to work every day. Seems like a long time ago. Maybe it was a long time ago. Good morning from Waco, Texas. Sipping coffee with Todd Chrisman. Hello, Todd. Lovely to wake up to that every day. I appreciate that, Luis. And yeah, hello, Johnny Cash. Oh, Man in Black. I get it. I've always said I have the most intelligent audience online on the internet. Good morning, RJ. And sometimes their intelligence and their quick wit surpasses that of my own. Doesn't take a whole lot. Hello from Frisco. Keep the grip loose today. Good call. Good morning from Vacation Holden Beach. I better just dive into it. Oh, no. I used to wear a suit. Good morning, Friedman. Good morning, Nick Jackson. Thank you. And periodically, when one goes to work, they have to go to the bathroom while they go to work. And the first tuck I found in the morning, when you get at the time, my dress shirt tucked into my suit pants and my tie on and everything looking good, could never be replicated once it was taken out. If you had to use the washroom, or for instance, when I was talking at the beginning, wanting to do my stretching. So because of that, I was hesitant to go through my vigorous physical routine that I sometimes do in the morning, because I felt like I was put together fairly well. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. Ha ha ha. It's 40 degrees out right now, by the way. It was a slight miscalculation for me this morning. As I left my dorm room and walked into the crisp air that is here in Yellowstone, I actually thought about putting on a coat. I considered the obvious benefits of the coat. It has pockets to store my coffee mug and my things that I need to bring to work. But I thought it'd be better to not do that and just to carry my coffee cup and my water mug, which I'll show you there. There's my coffee mug, covered by a packet of hot chocolate, and just carry it to work. And as soon as I opened the door to all that is Yellowstone, I said, hey, I think I may have miscalculated this morning. It's pretty chilly. And it is fairly chilly. It's 40 degrees, not 48, not 49, not even 41. It is 40. I checked before I went on. And I sit in front of you in a short sleeve, snazzy black shirt. But anyway, this is the show, Coffee with Ken. It's Thursday morning, and it is June 12th, and it is 5:57 a.m. Happy Thursday to you. It's a show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking and sharing some feelings and sharing some ups and downs we have in life and sharing the roller coaster that can be life. Oh, yeah. My name tag says Ken from Illinois. Occasionally I'll have people confused thinking Illinois is my last name. A pretty cool last name. But then you'd have people saying Illinois or asking how you spell it. So I'm probably better off with Tracy as my last name and just having Illinois be the state I'm from. But anyway, again, a show about me talking, but for those that have been watching a while, you know, it's not just a show about me talking, it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee. I hope it's hot because I've had this hot cocoa pack covering it as I walked from the cafeteria over there to this nice, warm, metallic picnic bench that I'm sitting on. And I am excited to have my first sip. You can see the steam wafting or billowing out of the cup. Oh, I hope that Yeti's coming. I hope my ex-wife put it in the mail. I could use it this morning, I'll tell you. I could use a double dose of caffeine. But anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip, and my hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Just us. Oh. I think the steam, I don't know. It's not quite as hot as one would think with the steam coming out. I promise you that. It's fairly hot. It's slightly hot. I wouldn't return it if served it, but I would prefer it be hotter. So let's have another sip. Oh. Yeah, it's Thursday morning. I'm going to reflect back on the Wyoming. What are your thoughts so far? My thoughts on my ride? I don't know. Let me get to my thoughts on this morning. It is Thursday morning. I'm working the breakfast and the lunch shift today here in Yellowstone. I'm going to be waiting tables and, as I like to say, slinging hash. We actually don't sell hash at our restaurant, but I like to call it slinging hash. I can just picture me with this big spatula kind of shooting it across the griddle. But we don't do that here. We serve all sorts of pretty good food. Breakfast foods, lunch foods, dinner foods. Speaking of dinner foods, I worked the dinner shift last night, so I got home just after 10 o'clock. It was kind of a slow section for me. And I got home. I was so relieved because I knew I was going to have to get to work the breakfast shift. And I was going to have to get to sleep early. But when you wait tables, your mind's racing, your heart's racing. A lot of times I'm drinking Coca-Cola just to get me through a shift. I know it's not good for me. I know it's not good for me. Could I ever do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner shift in one day? That would be about a 17-hour shift. I've worked 4 shifts in a row, which was a lunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch. And even as a a dinner, breakfast, lunch shift, it's going to be 9 plus 7 last night, 16 hours in 16 out of 22 hours I'll be at the restaurant today. Could I work that shift? I don't know. It would be very tiring. I mean, I'm tired right now. It was hard getting out of bed today. Woke up at 3:30. Had to go to the washroom. Kind of laid there probably thinking, crap, I got to work in a couple hours. Let's go back to sleep. But it took me a while. And when my alarm went off at 5:15, it was like this. At least I think it was like this. I didn't get to see, but I sure felt like I was like this. And laid there for a few minutes, wrist drifting back off to sleep, and it would have been nice, but I would have been in trouble because I would have missed my work shift. Got up, used all my strategies of self-motivation and positivity, and prayed a little bit, and thought of things I was grateful for. And thank God when I went into the shower and the hot water hit me. Oh, by the way, I decided not to shave today. I should be growing a little stubble over the next few days. But all this while, all the gratitude and all the prayer, I was still kind of chuckling, going, crap, I'm going to work. Crap, I got to work the breakfast and lunch shift. But I still managed to do it with a smile. And, yeah. And again, I talk a lot, and people say, oh, you're so positive. And believe me, if you were in this brain, you wouldn't think I'm always so positive. I'm always have a great attitude. I tend to have a pretty good attitude. Speaking of good attitudes, I may not be the best waiter in the world. I'm probably not. I'm probably not even close to the best waiter. But I work hard, and I have a good attitude, and I say good morning, and I don't bitch and moan on the job. I try not to. I don't do it very often. And my thought was this: you can be not the best, or even maybe subpar in a lot of ways in life. But if you have a good attitude and you work hard and you try, uh, I mean, that can take you pretty far. Yesterday morning, I had. Does it feel strange to be waiting tables at 48 years old? I wouldn't know if it feels strange to be waiting at 48 years old because I'm 55. I'm sure it would have felt strange at 48. Good morning, Brenda Lee. I had a customer yesterday who was kind of angry because I was busy. I was working a bunch of tables, and honestly, I didn't even know he was there. He and his wife were there for breakfast, and I probably forgot that table was even in my section, and it took longer than I'd like to get over there. And believe me, I feel bad when that happens, but occasionally it's going to happen. And I had a waiter come up and go, "Hey, there's a guy that's really mad sitting over there. He's in your section." I go, So I went over and I go, "Hey, I'm so sorry I was late." And he goes, "Yeah, it feels like I'm invisible." And he was really pissed off. And I go, "Well, that's your superpower, sir." I said it like that. And he chuckled and he laughed and he suddenly warmed up and was warm and fuzzy the rest of the day. Because I had a good attitude. I was apologetic, but I was kind of witty at the same time. Sure, some guys might not take it that way, and some guys might get even more upset that I'm making jokes that he had to wait. But what else can you do? What else can you do? I honestly had no idea he was sitting there. I was late. I acknowledged it. And he said he was invisible. And the first thing I thought of was what a cool superpower that could be, to flip a switch and be invisible from time to time. So anyway, the breakfast shift yesterday had grand ambitions to do these things, to go to my new favorite town of Gardner, Montana yesterday. But instead, I got back to my dorm room. I edited some videos. I looked at the book that was making me feel guilty because I haven't read it in a couple days by my nightstand. And I drifted off to sweet sleep. Worked last night, worked hard. My section, just due to the way it wasn't very busy. One of my big tables never really got sat. So I had a lot of time on my hands while the rest of the staff was in crazy mode because we were real busy. And it felt good because I had the opportunity just to kind of work hard and have a good attitude. And there's times, believe me, in my waiting career when I've grumbled and I moaned and I bitched that my table hadn't been sat, or that everyone else was making all this money and my shift was kind of slow. But instead of doing that, I decided to roll up my sleeves, not literally, but figuratively, and run some food for some people. And again, I'm probably not the best waiter in the world, and there's people that can certainly have steadier hands and can open a wine bottle a lot smoother than me. But if you work hard and you have a good attitude, I think it can take you a long way in life. And I know over my last 5 years of doing Coffee with Ken, my attitude has gotten better in a ton of different ways. And I don't grumble and moan at a hard table, or I try not to, or I have a pretty good attitude. And waiting can be tough. Waiting can be tough, and it can be busy, and it can be frantic, and it can be stressful. And I used to let it beat me down. Now I only let it beat me down a little bit. And yeah, I help other servers. Again, it was slow last night, and I think a lot of people would take the slow time to play on their phones or find a place to rest or whatever. But I prefer to keep busy. It's not because I'm awesome or anything. I just prefer to keep busy and feel like when I'm working, I don't know, time goes a little quicker. So when you're running foods, and it's funny because you'll get some customers that are also mad at their waiters, and they'll go, "I haven't seen my waiter in a long time. Where I don't know where my wine is." And I go, "Well, what kind of wine did you order?" And they'll tell me, and I'll go to the bar, and if it's there, I'll bring it out. And I don't know. I had a pretty good shift last night, and despite my complete exhaustion, I kind of almost looking forward to going in today. I talked about it a few days ago. I was feeling kind of lonely and sad. I'm coming at you from Yellowstone, and RJ asked me what my overall perspective of my trip out here has been so far. It's been good. It's been a lot of work. Yeah, I'm here in Yellowstone, but I'm waiting tables and running around, and I'm 55 years old, and I'm working hard, and I'm exhausted, and I'm not getting much sleep, and so it's a lot of work, and it can be lonely sometimes. And work for me is almost a place, despite the chaos, where I see a lot of generally happy faces and people running around, and I get a lot of my social interaction out. And it's something I get to do for the next 8 or 9 hours. And I'll tell you what, I'll be glad when it's done today. I will be. What are the three qualities of successful people? Uh, what are the three qualities of successful people? I talked about it yesterday. What is success? I think I got a lot of love in my heart, but I don't have much money in the bank. Does that make me successful? I'd say yes. Um, I don't know. A good attitude has to be number one. A good attitude, because if you got a bad attitude, I don't care how much money in the bank you have. You're not successful in my mind. It doesn't matter how much money people have at all. I'd say a good attitude's number one. Hard working has to. I can't imagine anybody, Steve Jobs or whoever one might consider successful, didn't work hard. Uh, and I almost want to throw honest in there. Because again, I don't care how much money a human has, really. But if you're not honest, you're going to have a hard time having a good attitude and being a good person if you're stealing or lying. So I'll just say that. Discipline, yeah. Hey, Ken, thank you for these coffees. Many young men need this coffee like myself. Well, I appreciate you saying that. What is my goal with this journey? Okay, I'll say that because I got to wrap it up. I get to be in work. I keep trying to change it to get to be. What are my goals with this journey? First of all, to send each of my ex-wives, I'm twice divorced, to send each of my ex-wives enough in child support that I feel I should be sending them. And I haven't been able to send them over various times in my life. But there's a number I think that I would like to be able to send them. So I'll say my number one goal is to send each of my ex-wives a certain number each month. And my first paycheck's coming next week, or my first real paycheck, and I'll send them a good chunk of that. So that's my number one goal. My number two goal is put a roof over my head, because if you don't have a roof over your head, you're going to have a hard time paying child support. And I've talked about it a lot. A lot of people, being a divorced guy can be tough because you do have certain financial responsibilities, but you also do have to somehow take care of yourself, feed yourself, and put a roof over your head. So this job is enabling me to do that because they provide us room and shelter. Another goal would be to save $1,000 a month for me during the 5 months I'm here. If I can do that, I would like to be able to, at least right now, put a down payment on an RV type vehicle, or buy an RV, some sort of RV type vehicle where I can live in and travel in the months and years going forward. I think I could really, really enjoy doing that. I'm a single dad who would like to see the world or see the country, or and have a coffee maker in his home, in his room. And I would be so excited if I could put together enough money to put a down payment on a RV. And I've been doing a little shopping for them. And there's varying prices. There's Sprinter vans, there's C-Class. And right now in my mind, I think a C-Class RV would be perfect for me because it's a 24-foot long Roadrunner C-Class. You can buy a very lightly used one for about $60,000, and that's pre-negotiation. And maybe if I look a little harder, I could buy a little more used one and figure a way to do it, be able to travel the country, do my coffee show, have fun, see my kids, experience all that is life. And it's 6:13 right now, and I could talk for a lot longer, but I get to go to work in 2 minutes, and I better get in there. So they, my good attitude and my hard work can shine through. So I want to thank you so much for joining on this Thursday morning. And let me say, it's a chilly Thursday morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for hopping on, watching, following along on my journey, subscribing to my page. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful night's sleep. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.